The Chicago Bears are hiring former Seattle Seahawks coach Andre Curtis to be the team's new safeties coach. And with that, welcome back guys to another episode of the German Bear podcast. And today we got the last coaching update of this offseason. The Chicago Bears coaching staff, or Matt Eberflus's coaching staff, is now fully filled up. And Andre Curtis is a very interesting coach. So let's get right into who he is and what he brings to the team. He's 45 years old with 22 years of experience and 16 of them in the NFL. He entered the league in 2006 and was with the Giants first as a defensive quality control coach. Then he was on the Rams from 2009 to 2011 and then moved on to the Saints as the assistant secondary coach in 2012 to 2014. Notable players during that time: Malcolm Jenkins, the younger version that hasn't been on the Eagles yet, and Kenny Vaccaro, also a long-time Saints player, very underrated during his career. But the most impressive station was the Seahawks, where he was the last 7 years. During his time in Seattle, he worked as assistant secondary coach, DB coach, passing game coordinator, and the last 2 seasons as defensive passing game coordinator. He had multiple Pro Bowlers and All-Pros under his wings and helped him to develop. Safety Earl Thomas from 2015 and 2017, he was on the Pro Bowl. He was one of the best safeties the last decade. Cornerback Richard Sherman, 2015 and 2016. Lockdown corner, one of the best cornerbacks of our generation and maybe of all time. I don't know where I would rank him, but top 15 maybe. And then lastly, safety Chancellor in 2015. He made the Pro Bowl, probably one of the hardest hitting safeties I ever saw. He was an absolute annihilator. And that wraps up the decade of the Legion of Boom. But that's not it. More recently, he helped Shaq Griffin to a Pro Bowl nomination in 2019. Jamal Adams, who got traded to the Seahawks in 2020, made the Pro Bowl. And Quandre Diggs, a very, very underrated safety that just suffered a horrendous injury, made the Pro Bowl in 2020 and 2021. So he really helped a lot of guys and notable players that are very well known around the league to maintain their playing level and develop them. So that's a very, very impressive reputation Andre Curtis has. And with Quandre Diggs, we don't know. He will hit free agency this season, so his big injury might lower his price. And maybe, who knows, Curtis wants to bring him to Chicago, which would be absolutely awesome, him with Eddie Jackson. So the coaching staff is now complete. Let's make a quick recap. I think it's a very, very good coaching staff, in my opinion. Eberflus took a lot of guys, a lot of good coaches of the Colts with him, and added well-respected guys around the league to that mix. 4 standout guys for me, besides the Colts coaches, definitely offensive coordinator Luke Getz, who held his first press conference yesterday, and he seems very excited. Talked about how much he loves the game and how much he loves coaching, and that he first evaluates the players and then builds the system around him. So he's not like Nagy stuck to one system. As we saw last year, he didn't adjust a single bit to Justin Fields' playing style. When Justin Fields came in, we still played the Nick Foles, Andy Dalton offense, which was totally the wrong way to adjust to Justin Fields. I mean, they didn't adjust at all, to be honest. And Justin will be the main focus in Getz's offense. He said that. And that's great to hear. That's what you want to see out of your offensive coordinator. I'm very optimistic that he will succeed as the OC in Chicago, and we will finally get a good offense. That's something we wanted for years now. Maybe the last solid offensive seasons came with Jay Cutler and Brandon Marshall, but that's a long time now ago, and it still wasn't amazing. So let's play some beautiful offensive football in Chicago. That would be an absolute dream. And 3 other position coaches I definitely want to mention. Travis Smith, standout defensive line coach. Love him. Andre Curtis, who we just talked about. And Tyke Tolbert, the receivers coach with a huge reputation. I absolutely love these additions and can't wait how our wide receiver room, safety room, and defensive line performs under their wings. So, like I said, the coaching staff is now complete. Let's see how they do in training camp, how they will develop our maybe new guys that we bring in through the draft and free agency. So I'm very excited. and can't wait for the season to start. Now we have a bit of a dry time until free agency starts in March, but I will fill that time with some content. Definitely already some early draft content coming out. Maybe some mock draft, maybe some interesting prospects the Bears should look at. And we maybe look at some rumors that are going on with Calvin Ridley and Devontae Adams and the Bears. But that's up to the future. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you liked the episode, like and subscribe. And yeah, we will see us soon. And as always, guys, bear down.